People on Reddit. What happened in your family that crossed the line?
So, this happened a couple of weeks ago, and I'm still processing everything that went down. For some context, I, 24M, have a younger sister, Lisa, 18F, who has been the golden child for as long as I can remember. My parents have always doted on her, and she's never had to lift a finger around the house. Growing up, I was the one who had chores and responsibilities. I didn't mind it too much because I thought it was just how things were. But as we got older, it became glaringly obvious that Lisa was being treated like a princess, while I was expected to be the reliable, responsible one. The breaking point came when Lisa accidentally crashed my car. I had worked 2 jobs to save up for that car, and she convinced my parents to let her borrow it for a night out with her friends. I was hesitant, but my parents assured me she'd be careful. Long story short, she totaled it. Subscribe for part 2. Long story short, she totaled it, and my parents just brushed it off as kids being kids. When I demanded that Lisa face some consequences and help pay for the damage, my parents looked at me like I was the bad guy. They told me I should be more understanding and that Lisa didn't mean any harm. That's when I lost it. I told them that I'd had enough of their blatant favoritism and that they were enabling Lisa to be irresponsible and spoiled. I pointed out all the times they had let her off the hook for things that I would have been grounded for. My mom started crying, my dad got defensive, and Lisa just stood there with a smug look on her face. I told them I was done being the scapegoat, and that if they couldn't see how unfair they were being, I'd have to distance myself. They were shocked, to say the least. My mom tried to guilt trip me about tearing the family apart, but I stood my ground.
Subscribe for part 3.
Since then, I've moved out and am staying with a friend while I figure things out. My parents have called a few times, mostly to try and convince me to come back and talk it out, but I know it would just be more of the same. As for Lisa, she hasn't reached out once, which tells me everything I need to know. It's been tough, but standing up for myself feels like a huge weight has been lifted off my shoulders. Has anyone else been in a similar situation? How did you handle it?